Looks like I gotta push the button. I gotta push the which button? This. What link do I use? If I wanted to get the link to the stream, where would I find that? That should be available somewhere, I think, but I'm not seeing it. Where are you? I want to create a model. I want to capture moments as they happen. It's okay. Oh, there we go. This link. That's what I want. Okay, I got this thing. Some hashtags. I will put some tags in there. Do I have to do something special to make the link work, or does it just do? I don't know what the link to do. The suggestions that I want aren't coming up. Yes. Yes. That'll be fine. I did it. I posted the thing. Okay. Okay. I have chat open. I have my thing open. Okay, here we are. There's not anybody in my stream, so I don't need to explain what's going on at the moment. But I should just talk myself through what's going on, because that would be a good idea. Okay. So what am I doing? I think I'm thinking about multi-threading and thread safety and the entity manager right here. I wonder how this looks in the stream. If it's downscaled, like incomprehensible. I could probably pump up the font size a little bit. That would not be a bad idea. Where's the button for that? There's one. Increase. What's that? Alt shift dot odd. Okay, that didn't do anything. You. No? Wait, what? Was it not in? Was it not in view? Wait, where was it? Where did it go? There was. Okay, now I'm confused. Right now it works. That's weird. Okay. 14 points probably fine. Hopefully that'll be readable. Okay. So we have an entity manager. And it has a tree map containing entities. And I want to be able to access, well, it also has a map of indices. And I want this to be accessible from multiple threads in a thread-safe way. Namely, I want to be able to have stuff like this physics system, which at this moment just rotates components, that rotate components. By you get the spinning component and then the rotation out of that, and then replace the rotate component with a new one. And there's the renderer, which just builds map textures out of all the entities that have textures. Right. At the moment, physics are running once per 200 milliseconds. Render is running once per 100 milliseconds. That's all normal. It is good. Okay. I'm mildly concerned about performance, but it's okay. Everything's fine for the moment. So, always be able to run at their own pace. So they're on separate threads, but they both interact with this. So I wonder if there's a good way that I could like visualize an issue in this system, because I'm sure that could happen. The concern, I think, is like we start rendering a frame, and then physics updates, and then the entities are changed before the frame is rendered. That's what we're concerned about, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot about this whole thing too. That's a problem. Because the map texture that's getting built is just a bunch of just whatever texture is associated with an entity, and the coordinate map is associated with the entity. So if I wanted that, if I wanted the render to be run separately, it needs to have like its own copy of the data, really. Yeah, honestly, that is how that needs to work. Can I make that work that way? I could potentially... Like, here's a thought. As each thread makes its modifications... Okay, so here's how it might need to work. I need to open a connection of some kind, or like start a transaction or something like that. And by some method. Couldn't tell you what the method is, but there needs to be some. And then the what is it? My brain, my head empty. Can I store changes as deltas? Can I do that? The issue with that is that the way that I'm modifying components is just by replacing them with other components. So theoretically, could do it. Well, this is a possibility. I could have a separate entities map for each connection, which only includes the changes. Since the changes are all... Well, there's also adding an entity cultural component. We don't actually use that at the moment, though. It might be relevant. We might create new entities. We might replace components on a given entity. My concern, thing that I'm not sure about, is if we do something like a separate, what would the code there look like? What is the process? I want to, it's like a connection, a separate object. Is that where my auto closable comes in? Actually, that might make sense. But then the problem with you, not you specifically, but trigger new frame. No, where is it? Maybe it is trigger new frame. Yeah, it's trigger new frame to the target. Because at some point we call target draw frame. So this needs to be a separate object that can't be modified. Like all the references here need to remain independent after the command finishes. Because the texture renderer, which is in here somewhere, texture renderer, it reads from the composite texture. Like that's where all the textures come from. Maybe I could do more work in here. I could potentially do more work in here. Like I could do that as it's like a post-update callback. What does the process look like? Let me double check that the stream is working correctly. Yes, it appears to be. Not 100% sure that my voice is coming through, but you know, I wouldn't be concerned if it didn't. Let me actually check. Oh yeah, it's good. Okay, we're all good. Okay, so what does this look like? I want to move code from here into there. Like you may not need to be a separate class. Because really the whole idea is just to get a raster out to the graphics panel. Is this double buffer? Is there a reason that it wouldn't be double buffered? I think it is by default. It looks weird in recording, and I tried to do that the other day, so I don't know. Let me see, what is this dot double, is double buffer? Is it default to true? True if this component double buffered, otherwise false. Should I set it? What does it default to for a JPanel? I would assume so. weird. I just have to sure if I'll be able to improve recording situation. So, yeah, let's go there. The unit system runs, the renderer runs. Is the renderer need to run there? I don't think it does. Let's just see what it does right now. Let's get a visual on it. CPU's just gonna spike when this happens. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, see where it goes. 257 skip frames, that's fine. It's a reasonable number of frames to skip. Audio stream's current bitrate is 0. That's odd. That shouldn't be 0. Okay, so this runs. Does that tell me the CPU? It does not. That's okay then. Okay, so this is what the guy does. That's normal. Let me check what my audio is doing. What is my audio doing? That's enabled, which is normal. Desktop audio is default, which is normal. Audio bitrate. Yeah, so that's 96. YouTube is telling me that my audio stream's current bitrate is 0. Or it's lower. Oh, just that it's lower. 96 is fine. 96 is fine. I'll be fine with 96. That's okay. Where was I? Thinking about moving this stuff into here. My phone, yeah. Where would that go? How would this work? It would be something like the current thing that we have. I might be able to, honestly. Like, theoretically, I could just copy this, this method in there. The thing is the draw frame callback. Doing the repaint callback. The thing about the repaint callback is that it relies on having an image. Where's the repaint callback? What do you set it to? This repaint. Yeah, that's all you set it to, which is normal. So repaint can take a rectangle to mark the dirty region, but it can't take like another graphics. I have to set that on a field if I wanted to pass that through that way. And I also have to call a method that isn't repaint. So basically the target would change rather than defining a texture renderer as the target. We would just give it the repaint callback. Probably not actually repaint, but rather some function which sets a field and then to the new raster and calls repaint. That could work though. I wonder if the scale method is causing issues for me. could. That's possible. I'm not gonna touch it right now. Right, so what I want here is well, let's just try doing it the simple way. It's just it's logger stuff, which I might want to copy, but I might leave for the moment. Do have separate things for setting output and internal dimensions. I think I might rather want to take those from the entity component system. Because we could store settings like that in there. No reason we couldn't. Make a change per frame if we wanted to. That seems reasonable, so we wouldn't need these. Probably would have a separate system for updating the settings, wherever they may be. Yeah, the really interesting thing here is the render. So you create a normalizer, create aspect correction, scaling, pre-scale translate, post-scale translate. Which, is that necessary? Do we need both of these translates? Maybe. Or is that just translate from the center? That must just be a centering thing. Actually, I could just make like a different mapper that does this. Just call it a centerer or something. How would that work for rotation? It might. That might actually work for rotation. That's a separate problem. So let's save list. And does that multi-thread? Gets each results. I can actually just set the pixels in the raster, but we wait for all of them that way. Strictly speaking, we don't even need to wait for them all there. Actually, I'm doing this with the work stealing pool. Could I instead do it with the fork join pool? Or maybe even without a fork join pool, just like running fork on each thread? Maybe. Let's just copy this method in here for the moment. Just copy you, put you in here. You get to be private. So obviously we don't have a screen texture, but we do have the result of our operation. Things in process textures. Distribute your frame to the target. Processing texture. We can do process textures into the compositing texture. And that could be a post-update callback. That could be specifically this one. Trigger new frame. But then we wouldn't need to take a target. We just need to use a callback here to send the raster somewhere. Okay, that seems reasonable. I'm into that. So rather than running this, we would run. We just render this render? No, because we wouldn't turn a writable raster. We would send a writable raster somewhere, so this would actually become void. It's going to complain, but that's okay. So we don't need triggering frame. We do want to run render here. Yeah, we could do that. That's true. Thank you, IntelliJ. I appreciate it. Let's render callback. So just be a runnable. That needs to be a consumer of raster. Consumer of raster. I thought about raster ops for some of my image operations. Just like actually storing images as rasters for intermediate purposes. But I haven't done that. Probably need to put that. Yes. What do I call it? And call back. That'll be fun. Yeah, and you'll get set in the constructor. Sooner master and callback. And callback. And callback equals render callback. There we go. Why are you complaining? Oh, because it's static. It should not be static. Send the backslash. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So that'll be set in the constructor. So then, we process textures, do the thing, then do the render. So this complains about textures not being set. We don't need this because we don't use screen texture. We just have where's it at? We have the mapped texture. We don't. We have the compositing texture. Which we are going to need this line. Rather than putting things into process texture, I could just make the compositing texture directly, I think. And save it in here.
Yo, Ethan.
Oh.
Just posted the most awesome vision board you've ever seen.
Oh, really?
When Sam walked by it, he was like, "It's off from school." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, very nice.
I wasn't trying to make it weird.
I don't think you could possibly not make it weird.
Vision boards.
It would have to be weird. By nature, it is weird.
I was just trying to make it something moderately enjoyable.
Yeah.
I like how they are followed.
Let's just throw me some mod.
2 hours before dinner time. Let's look at the window.
So much stuff going on up there. What do I want to do with this? Save the callback. Where's the callback button? Wait, hold up. This is what I was doing. Rather than process textures, I want a composite texture. Not final. Let's not do that yet. Compositing texture. Actually, I could call that screen texture. You don't need to be set. You can just not be set, that's fine. Private compositing texture, screen texture. Private compositing texture, screen texture. And then create it here. So put absent. I want compositing texture that, which will complain, but it's okay. Guess I'll leave it there. It's getting a Z index font. I want to build map textures and I want to put them in the thing. I think I want to do like these and do to string. Okay, color coordinate. Is this an individual mapper? Okay, so wait, what actually is this? This is, we get an entity, we get all of it, we get a singular component on it, the z-index component. Rows min value, and we build the map texture. The map texture is the one that we want. All right, that's why these fish. What if absent? Right. That's why the where else is there. What if absent? Wait, what if absent? Yes. Right. So wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me undo whatever I did here. So this is doing, it's getting the C index. All right, this is a map. I'm very stupid. Okay. Process texture is a map of Z indexes to match textures. So I can just put this in here. This is fine. I can just build it dynamically. That's okay. I had to do it anyway, so that's all. That's fine. That's all right. Screen texture equals that. Awesome texture. Screen texture equals that. And that can go away. This doesn't matter. I'm gonna put this on a new line so it's not like huge. Actually, this quite hit 80. Just doesn't quite hit 80. Let me actually shrink it a little bit so I can see the full 80 lines. Okay, so we do the screen texture. So then we have internal and output dimensions. Notably, it gets dimensions and not just XY values. Bit masks. Hey, that was a static thing. Do I need the bit masks? I probably do. Yeah, the bit masks. It just full screened it. Okay, that's, you know what? That's fine right now, actually. Okay, we'll just keep the bit masks because, like, why not? This could also be static. And in that case, we'll want it to have a better name. Okay. And these will change automatically and everything is cool and good. Alright. So we have executor submit. Can I... Alright, Brad. Is there not a way to just fork? If I wait, join. I can join. Is virtual line. I can't just fork. Weird. Okay, so I may need to have an executor set up for this. It's probably fine. And that one uses a work stealing pool, which, like, I'm okay with that, I guess. What does a work stealing pool actually do? It does not say. Contains no threads, working parallelism, makes multiple queues. And makes no guarantees about the order. That's fine. Do you have a list of thread pools detecting? No. What are thread factory situations? I'm getting distracted. Virtual thread projector. I could do that. What if I did this? Number of threads isn't bounded. Equivalent to invoking this. Let's try that just for fun. Because with virtual threads, we shouldn't have, like, operating system overhead from thread situations. So that'll be fine. And we don't have the render logger, so that would naturally be causing issues. And obviously we're not returning anything. Okay. Let me just comment out the render logger lines. I might add a logger back in. Okay. So this is, what was the deal with this? This is, right. Everything is a future. I'll use this to wait until all of the operations are complete before returning the thing. Right. We just need internal and output dimension. Theoretically, that would all work. So the idea here is that we're going to render callback, except, what is my raster called? Just called raster. Okay, you then get a raster. So we just need internal and output dimension. And do that in a pre-update callback, probably. I wonder if this callbacks thing is like unnecessary. I mean, I'm using it, but I don't know if it's the best way to do all these things. Do I need to clear process textures? I think I do. I actually, maybe I do. I mean, I could theoretically, if I overrode update, I wouldn't have to. I could clear it at the end of the render. Or even like in between, since there's renders going on in the meantime. Actually, that's an interesting point. Come think of it. Like while this, like in between here and here, there's an opportunity to like run something while that stuff is processing. Also, we don't need that or this if we're not using this. Actually, is this only for logging? This is only for logging. It's exclusively logging. Okay. I might want the logging back, but I don't necessarily want it right now. So we have an internal dimension, we have an output dimension. The internal dimension is going to be like, I guess that's mostly static, right? So, okay. We always have an output dimension. Do we? We could have no output. We could run headless. Is there a reason to run headless? Why would we be running a renderer if we're not generating output? Might say, I don't know. I'll think about that. I think we're going to want another pre-update callback. These aren't callbacks really, they're hooks, I think. But it doesn't matter. We want to... Yeah, we're going to have a separate query for that. Yeah, this is like a sequence of operations. We don't pre-update and post-update. Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. I could potentially make this things make each operation parallel. I don't need to think about like futures and stuff. I don't want to deal with that. So what do you need? Need get a render callback. We want a callback to do what? What is the thing that we want to do? I forgot what I was doing. My new query, right? We need a new query to get some kind of imaginary resolution component or something. What's that going to look like? Because if an entity is just an int, just an index into a map, then the entity that contains render data could just be its own thing. If we just have a single component that has all the data in it, it's better for it to be small. There's probably two separate components there. Like there's the internal resolution and the internal resolution, the output resolution. Okay, let's do this then. I'll make a new component. It can probably be a record. Technically, they're both the same thing, right? It's mean different things. I guess the type should represent the meaning, right? Sure. So, so we could just have a singular like dimension component. This just represents the x and y width and height. But we could do, yeah, I think they should be separate types, at least for now. They might like both inherit from an interface or something later, but I don't really care right now. Does this make sense? Should system settings be saved? Maybe they're in a separate entity manager. Maybe system settings will be managed separately. That's potentially reasonable. Really, system settings are just a map, right? It's just a key and then the value. I could store that separately. But why not? What is the reason not to store? What are the benefits of storing system settings and the entity component system with all the other like state data? The benefits are we only have one database, which means that if we like save, we serialize it, we get all the settings and whatnot get saved along with the game state, so that's good. There's also, maybe it should be a separate thing. I'm kind of thinking it might deserve to be a separate thing. It might not even be an entity manager. Look at those. I'm going to make them entities for now, but they might be different. They might be a different thing, but I'll do this for now. Internal resolution component. And let's elements. And you just have I mean, I could do exit myself. Let's do int exit apply. And x. It's with int height. Got an extra space in there. Get rid of that. It's never used, and I can just have like a function that I've got dimensions dimension return new dimension with width and height. Yeah, do you just want like a tag component? Just to say, hey, attach this name to this thing. It would be a bad idea to have a component which just is a map of strings to values. Just to say this is the settings database and make it one component. That just seems bad. Maybe that's okay though. That might actually just be okay. So we just attach that to one entity. Just create a settings entity. Have a settings component on it. This would just be a map of keys to values. Well, the downside there is that then we don't get compile time data about the keys or the values. The upside is we can add them dynamically. The downside is we don't get any protection about them compile time. Which means unsafe casting and possibility of nulls, and I don't like that. And I'm going back to the idea of a separate map. I don't know, but this is a weird design problem. Let me think about this. If your component is settings, if you have one component for all the settings, what happens? You get them off the map. Everything is fine and normal. Unless the setting that we want doesn't exist, in which case. And actually, with my thoughts about how to handle thread safety, that might be bad, actually. So I could have a singular setting component, which just takes a name and then a value. And the map can contain those. The entity manager can contain those. I should change the name of entity manager. I'll not do that right this second now. Let's just do this for now. I don't like it, but it will work for the moment. Yeah, new record. Now let's put resolution complement E. Literally identical to you, with the exception of the name. Yeah, that should all be fine. So then we can have a query for that. This will be a two-part query. Resolution query. So this one asks for that. The first one should remain or. Then it will ask this. This one should be an and. I wish I could leave it as null. I mean, I could just leave it as null. I can make it like accept that. Okay, so we're looking for internal resolution component, and output resolution component. So, yeah, I do have the predicate, right? I could just have like a key value component. That feels bad though. Like typing wise, I don't like that. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. So you get those. You get everything, every entity which has an internal resolution, make output resolution. Update callback. Update callbacks and this. What will I call it? Update resolution. Okay, now create me this method. Yeah, you should be void, right? I think that's right. Actually, I could just go and render, right? If we have to do it somewhere anyway, we could just do it in here. Actually, we may not need that. But we're turning a pair of dimensions, though. So, I don't know, figure it out. New processing texture from process values. Our process textures. Right. So let's just put that at the top of here. Let's go resolution query. No, wait, hold up. Manager. Do we have access to the manager? Do we have to pass it in? Oh, you don't know about the manager. I forgot. I did change things so that we didn't know about the manager. So you can't actually make the query. It has to be made in here in the operation. Or wait. You can only have one query. So then how does that work? If you can only have one query, since you can't have that one, how can render get outside information? Well, I guess those arguments obvious, right? So then where do internal and output dimensions come from? We don't know about the mapper. So I think there has to be a separate system that gets that. I guess it could be part of the regular operation. I don't like that as part of the regular operation. I feel like I want to convert this whole thing to its own system at some point. Maybe multiple systems. Yeah, I may want that. Okay, alright. I didn't like the way that these looked, so I'm going to remove them. instead. Here's the thing, the output resolution has to be adjusted by graphics panel, right? So the managers that are supposed to move about, like that's where the communication goes. That's how the guys communicate. Hmm. Hmm. Where did you get it from? Explicit setters. These values. Is set in graphics panel? They are set in graphics panel, they're set here. So those are set in redraw. So what does preemptive callbacks actually hold? It's just runnables. So it could be preemptive callbacks could be runnables with external consumers. Ideally, I think. Can it? I not that. Runnable. Function interfaces run. It's callable. Panel does not return a result. So arguments. Operation does not return a result. Text the result type. Can I put a consumer in there? I'm gonna try. I have a list of windows. Can I put a consumer in it? We have to max add consumer. What's this one? Can I have a... Yeah, okay. This... date... date dimensions... I think I already had one. You are a void method. From taken and entity manager. There's all the method rights. You want to be. You want to have no arcs. That would really need to be a separate system. That's a separate system. How does it talk to this one? Maybe you just call it the system. Wait a minute, hold up. Actually, could systems be static? this all be staggered? I could if I really wanted it to. That could maybe be staggered. I don't know if that can be staggered. I'm not gonna try. Okay, I think this is a separate system. More importantly, it's called by this system. So rather than that, we need to know about the entity manager. Where did you get your entity manager? You never get an entity manager. Texture entity manager never sees an entity. Is that right? That these never see an entity manager. Only the entities themselves. Yeah, because the system has a query which determines what entity it gets. It's just given the manager from outside. Or it doesn't even know about the manager. Okay. So I should be able to just do something like this. Wait a minute. I don't have to do a method. Let's void dimensions for the third time, I think. This can actually be available this time. We're going to create a what's it called? This system might actually be more generally useful than this. Like it just gets a value of a component associated with one entity. The issue is that we don't know which entity. There might be more than one. Maybe it just is a setting system. You can have a single system that's dedicated to reading and retrieving settings. Or setting and retrieving settings. Then that's two operations. So there's a reader and a writer separate? I think it might be... Okay, let's do it this one. Settings... System... settings reader equals new... Settings reader system... So we want to provide a key from you. Because this way we could do a single component that just has a map on it, or even just a bunch of settings. Okay. Settings reader. What do settings look like? So maybe I just have a settings component. Is it just a key value component? I feel like there's a key value component, and the key value component could be extended by other components to be like specific keys and values. Let's do that. Key value component. That's fine. That's component. That extends. That's what I want. So you can actually be generic. BK to be you should provide a public get key. Okay, get key. And a public the get value. Don't trace numbers. Okay, what do we say? Do you just need to get the key and value? Do you also need a setter? No, you don't need a setter. Replace the component if the need arises. So get them out. Record which is state 17 components which will implement key value component of string to integer. Actually, let's change this. This should be like int setting component. Okay, and we'll get to those in a second. So when created, you take a string key integer value without a comma. We implement the methods. Get key returns key value returns value. I would just extend the record if I could, but records are all final, I think, if I remember correctly. So I can't just do that. And I do want the generics anyway. Okay, so inhabit settings now. So the settings of your system. What it'll work is it will read. It will read settings. It will return the settings that we ask it to read. Is that right? Maybe the settings of your system needs to be called differently than others. Like rather than calling update, or maybe we just query it for settings. Maybe it just keeps them out. And we say, hey, give me this setting, give me this setting. That may or may not be good. I will try it. now. What we'll do is something like settings reader, and we'll ask the settings reader. Get how do I do it? I would like it to be type checked and all that, but that may not work. That might be annoying. I have to manually add a method for every setting I have. Let's do settings reader get. Get the internal resolution, which will be working in. Oh, actually, that will turn a dimensions, dimension. And then we also have one for output dimension. And we could save those into here. Dimension. Internal dimension. Dimension. Output dimension. Okay, so now we need a settings reader system. I want to create the class. I don't want to try to resolve class reference. I want to make it. I know you can't resolve this because it doesn't exist yet. Weird, okay, but whatever. I want a settings reader system. I guess it's kind of an odd one because it only really needs to read the settings are updated. Otherwise, it just is a place to get settings. It's like we want it. It's almost like we want it to be static. Is that right? Do I know what I'm talking about? I probably really do want it to be static. We need to get it from somewhere. I mean, strictly speaking, we don't need to get it from somewhere. How does one do it? I want to do it multiple steps where you run the settings reader to read the settings that we're looking for. And pass this around. Do I have a way to pass data on between multiple systems that are chained together? I don't know that I do. I might need to change the way my pre-update callbacks work. Because at the moment we can't. Yeah, we can't like pass the result from one into the next. Which is like literally what I want to do. Okay, so what does that look like if I did that? It's going to be in EC system. System says pre-update callbacks are runnables and they just run. Right. I could use the query before running each runnable. And update itself as void. I think the issue here is that I don't have... I think there's a deeper problem than what I'm looking at right now. And it's that I don't have a clear way for systems like to have side effects. Like they only operate on the entities that they're given from the query. They don't have any way to directly like interact with the outside world. Like they can edit entities that they get through the query. They can't make new queries. They don't have access to the manager directly. It's interesting because like it's possible that an operation could be void. Is a runnable the same as a callable that returns type void? You can use void as a generic type. Like a callable that returns void would essentially be the same as a runnable, right? So then could you use like the question mark as the wild card for generics? And would that allow void? Just type that up here. Let's see what it does. Credit list of somethings. This equals new int list full of void. Can do that. And this name should be placeholder class. Reference class object representing the Java keyword void. Right, so theoretically we could have functions in these. The issue is making sure that they will work together, which is a weird problem. Like the output type of one matches the input type of the next. I don't know if that's determinable at compile time. May not be. Okay. Alright, here's the situation. I'm not sure where to go next with this, so I think I'm gonna switch to this. I'll switch to there. And then I'm gonna switch to Prodeus. Prodeus, where are you? There you are. We're still in... I don't have capture set up for that specifically. The full screen window should get it, I think. Actually, if I switch to... I think we use studio mode. Yeah, let's say I want a full screen window. So this is what we're seeing. This is what's happening. So the stream should still be on BRB. You see that? Please show me. Yes, it is. God is still watching. So tell you what, I'm going to. Whilst this starts up, I'm going to actually BRB for a moment, and then I will come back. Oof. The game will make sounds in the meantime. I don't know. Okay, I'm back. The game might be very loud. Let me make sure it's actually working here. Okay, are we live? Has it changed? There we go, it did change, okay. This is very loud for me. Is it also loud for the stream? I'm going to check. No, I have it, yeah, I have it limited. Okay, so we're good there. Alright. I may need to adjust settings. My CPU might not be happy. Let's just make it the save game. I'm gonna play on ultra hard because I'm out of my mind. Alright. Okay. Didn't get sounded horrendous. Setup is now more comfortable for me. Okay. Oh, the dithering is going to make this look terrible. Nothing over there. Okay. The shift would do the slow down when always run was on. I've already played the intro once before. But I think I died somewhere in the first level, so that's as far as I've been. Acquired rune. I wonder what that does. It's looking fine. Okay. Not a lot. Okay, cool. We're gonna detect it. Oh, no. Oh. Actually, I wonder if you can step off of that. I forgot that that was the thing that happened. I know how to sprint, don't worry. Yeah, I don't think I can actually fight these guys here. I think that's cutscene time. Okay, here's gun. Just get to me. Excuse me. Please be dead. There we go. There's no secret over here. No, there's not. Very cool. Is there a secret down there? Probably not. Come on. That's too many bullets. Not worth the bullets. No. Okay. I'm not really accustomed to how the range on everything is. Where the bullets land. Excuse me, sir. You're supposed to be dead. Thank you. It's gonna be just to get out of water. That I think there's glass there. Or fog. Doesn't matter. I don't want to go in the lava anyway. Goodbye. When aiming down sights, it seems to shoot high, maybe? Maybe. Wow. Maybe the aiming down straight strategy is to like aim in the middle of the guy. That would work better. Perhaps. I got ore. What do I do with ore? Is that a secret? Am I seeing a secret? There's something over there. Might just go there then. Talk about that spot. Doesn't immediately look like it connects. The range on melee is like weirdly high. It's this. I feel like there's a thing that I can get to there. Yes. That's effects. That's bloom off the hand. Okay. But there's something weird in the wall. There's a man with a gun in here. Every time I get hit by a melee guy, it feels terrible. I don't want to do that. Ooh, blurry. I've been murdered. Let's just continue. Where'd the guy go? Okay. Red key. Is there something else here? Just lava. This thing over there. How do I get up to there? That is how I would get up to there. Okay. Ammo. Only a shotgun. There's a bunch of guys in the thing. See, I remember that because I played this level once. It takes so many bullets. I should figure out if, like, headshots do more damage, but I do not want to experiment with that right this second. Wonder how I get him. Switch. see these switches. Yeah, these guys. In this room, let's actually shotgun in here. Excuse me. Please be dead. Like I'd be aiming at feet a lot, which seems incorrect. That was the door. Is that the door that I was looking for? No, that was back here. Yeah, that tells me the switches could be relatively hidden. Switch in there. From above. Do I know what is above up there? Top. I've been up top. I've been there? I haven't been there. That's red key. Is that like the entrance? I'll be back there eventually anyway with the red key, so we shall see. Oh, that's glass. Yes, I forgot. Should we go back up and get those items? Takes so many bullets, guys. Check it back out. Yeah, very little one. There's stuff going on in the ceiling. Don't really know what, but stuff. There. Here, guess we just leave. Oh, this is somewhere else. Was there an elevator or something? Probably. Excuse me. That's rude. Okay. Where did this guy go? Why did they take more than one shot? Take so many bullets. Okay. There's this area. Guns. Okay. things out there. Alright, as well as could be expected, I suppose. I feel like I have left the place that I meant to go, but I would love to not be insta-killed by shotgun men. If ultra heart increases enemy ammo, that would be unfortunate if it was true. That's the red key, right? You have to get that and then go back. Can I get it down? Yeah, open. That's a shortcut. Or something. No? Not a shortcut. Dropped a couple of frames there. Oof, this makes me a little upset. I wonder if my limit shrunk down. Oh yeah, I bet that's what it is. Yep, that's what it was. Should be good one. Okay. Oh. There's another button. Does this just make it down? That is just make it down. This is a long first level. Where's that bridge? Have I been there? Yeah, I bet I could jump there. I won't, but I bet I could. Key there. Not immediately sure what this spot is. There was things, so that's cool. Okay, let's go through a few. Bridge, go up. And let's try that one again. Alright. And this is here. Okay. probably want to be charging up my shots, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so there was a thing attached to here, right? That's out this door. Can't go out there. Right? That's what it's saying, right? It's saying there's a door here, and it goes through. It goes up there, which would lead down to here. I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing any way to open this door is the issue. I gotta really get into this area. Okay, big markers, I guess. Don't want to do that right now. Alright, well, whatever. Elevator mode. Guys all over the place. That's the end of the level. Very cool. 98% kills, 60% secrets, 4 deaths. But I'll try this map. I'm just fine. No opposition to this map. I should be rating maps look good. That's what I should be doing. I just didn't feel strongly about it. Yeah, I got it. Go to research. What is loadout? What do I want to think about in loadout? Okay, nothing does anything when I put on. So, yeah, I guess we just play the next song. Just what I'm doing. Research. Keep my gun. Looks like I keep bullets. Are they reloaded? Not sure. Hello? Floor switch. Up there. Okay. Make the plan. Yeah. On the wall. There's a van down there. Okay. I wanted to push the button. Box. comes out of box. Something in there. Behind the portal. There's a rock back here. I could sneak around there. Oh, it's a secret. Sneaky secret. Some might call it a sneaker. Let's do that now. Something up above, but I don't think I can get up there. Q to change weapons. So, change that way. Oh, that does. That may have consequences. So it's very good. So good. So good. The good elements are good. Yellow keyboard. Now. Don't yell at me. No, I'm a kitty. I don't have a yellow key. Oh, there's a door. It managed to fire before he died. I would have been upset. I'm this? There's something going on in there. I want it. Thing. Okay, I'll open it up. Not really. Oh no, wait, that's a shooting target. I know that's a shooting target because I've seen one in a different map. Okay, I guess there's more. Gotta calm the line of dudes. Alright. Do I have the other key? Except no. I'm out of cool bullets. Still my other key. This door. Alright, so I'll see this door's open. Just bullets. This. Secret? No. Just an indentation. There's a secret there, though. I've been killed by a bug. I hate to be killed by a bug. They explode. That explains why I was killed by the bug. Shuttles. As long as nobody here has any bullets, we're gonna be fine. Some option for weapon size on the screen, actually. Maybe that. I do not remember. Excuse me. Rude. So who here has a gun? What do you mean a gun? Why is there a man with a gun here? this is maybe not the ideal weapon to use in this situation. I stepped in the goo. Very badly. I do appreciate that the shotgun is on 3 though. That's nice. Why can't I have rockets? Forgot about rockets. Okay, what am I doing here? I guess we're done. I guess we're done. Oh, yeah. Yellow key open. Let's be reloaded. Yes. Thank you. Box. I got a box. Large help. Okay, cool. Good. Stuff in there. That's glass. Can't go through there. Is there poison here? I do now have the yellow key. Honestly, I keep seeing these guys and thinking they're archviles. I'm like, ah. But they're not. So it's fine, actually. There's not actually any danger here. I mean, there is, but not archvile type danger. And definitely want to be using right click button a lot. There's a lot of ore in here. What am I gonna do with all this ore? Switching things too. Okay. Where am I going? I don't remember where I am or where I'm going. Not gonna attempt to read the auto map. Go door. Go here. Train. Train has stopped. Will it open? Is there something in the train? That's just showed up by the look of it. Okay. Does this game have the option to wait for this to start? It should. Let me actually check. I don't know if it has that option. Gameplay. Fight hard, better weapon, better crosshair, better style, low sprint, effort weapons. There's nothing in there. Advance? No. Yeah, none of that. Here we go. just entirely too many shots. So we're just going down. These barrels are funny when you look at them. It's tall and short. Shells. More shells. Don't get more now. Ah, danger man. Okay. So that was the old chain gun. Like too many guns to deal with here. That's why they want me to have Q to switch weapons, because there's so many guns to choose. Could do with some health. Also do with some armor. It does not seem inclined to give me any of that. Good train then, I guess. Okay, it seems like it wants me to be using this. I would kill. 60 bullets is what I'm down to. So that's the end of the level, I guess? That is. Okay. That's nice, actually, but it just tells you this is the end of the level. 80% secrets. Where's the one that I missed? I saw it, but I don't remember how to get to it. This map's fine. What's the time? I'll probably do one more. Still could do anything with the loadout, can I? No. Okay. Let's go to fuel. It's time to be fueled. No. Okay, shotgun. Yes, thank you. I do kind of wonder why there isn't an option to pistol strike levels. It seems like many of them are designed such that you could. So I don't know. Train. Hello. They immediately get the weapons here. That's like something that happens in the infected. Guess I should rely on the fire a little bit more. shotgun charge up thing. Hey, get down there from here. So that's the best thing. A little daylight. Wait a minute. Just this way, I guess. You should. I should probably just turn the crosshair on. I like playing that crosshair. It's bad. But it's fun to have it turned off. That's what I think. It's gonna open something below me, maybe? Something around, something up there, perhaps. There we go. There we go, different shift to sprint. I have auto vector now. Actually, can only hold 30 shells. This is interesting. Default to 100, right? Or no, default to 50 and then the backpack. Last thing. Secret? Yeah, see, that absolutely feels designed for starts. It's a secret weapon. Like, that wouldn't be useful if you were bringing weapons in from previous levels. I feel like if it were me, I would just make that part of the difficulty options. Like when you choose the ultra hard difficulty, it would just like be very hard, but you would be doing pistol starts or something like that. This feels like the place you would disagree. Weird. Projectile guys all just stand still. Feels odd. And the gun guys don't stand still. This is just games being the way they are. I would expect just projectile guys to walk around. Ooh. Oh, I see. You press that one. Hold on. I can walk around. Maybe it's just an early game that they stand still. Oh, map. Thank you. I don't know how to open the other map. Excuse me. We got none of that. Not dropping down anywhere just yet. Cool. No, there's no in here. That's... There's no way forward here, right? Yeah. Spent is the way forward. Why are you alive? Stop. So button. Just check out UL. I guess that's good. I'm gonna assume that's good. But should this see? Okay. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. I wonder if that blocks off items. Like, are there items in there that I've missed now that I've shot the button? Who the hell? Thank you. Lighting on the textures is really nice. I like that. Blue stuff on the standard with the goo. It's nice. I like that. And let's see, like that's suspicious, but probably not. I already kind of suspicious. thing that's weirding me out most about this game is that the gun guys take 2 shots to kill, which is like, since of Doom shotgunners and chain gunners even only, like almost any hit scan enemy takes just 1 shotgun shot to kill, generally speaking. Sometimes 2 for chain gunners if you're unlucky, I think. So like, the fact that those guys take multiple makes them feel especially tanky. Especially when you need to get rid of them like, instantly. Yeah, I mean the windup does seem slower, just like maybe to account for that. But I would have liked if you could one-shot them. Is that all, guys? You guys like? Oh. Man on the train. Okay. Anybody hiding around here? Music stopped, so I assume not. And that's the end of that. I should probably go for deathless runs. This map was pretty good. I was into that. So we go either. Yeah, oh, it's a shop. I'm about to look at the shop. Or to red. Let's go to the shop. See what's in the shop. What do they sell in the shop? We should find out. There's a shop. Sugars? What do they do? Oh, I see, it teaches you how to use the weapon. This is what the shotgun is a good long distance one. At least that's how the charge is meant to be used by the look of it. Goo. Is this danger goo? I don't want to step in the danger goo. Keep going there, keep going there. Some more stuff unlocks, there's more weapons unlocked, I guess. Get the shop, hello. Jump. Dash boost. Oh yeah. Super shotgun. I can buy a super shotgun. And I could use. Okay. And I get a free one. Okay. Plasma rifle. That probably requires a type of ammo that I don't have at this point. Auto shotgun swarm. Okay. Probably want the super shotgun. So it's 4 and you can fire all at once. Okay. Not even slightly accurate. That would be useful for big guys. Okay, attack through the switch. Secrets? Doubt it. There could be secrets, but I'm not gonna look that close right now. Leave the shop. 100% secrets, no deaths. Wow, ultra hard shop. That was fine. Good shop. So that'll be the next one to do. But it's time for me to leave, so I'm gonna end the stream for now. I will save the code first. Then I'll probably end the stream via this button. I'm gonna push the button